Please mind the gap between the train and the...
Whatever. Welcome to the Punkio podcast, the show that brings you unsigned punk music, regular interviews, news, reviews, and more. Thanks for tuning in and subscribing. Let's jump straight in. Here's your host, Tim Marshall.
Hi all, welcome to the Punkio podcast. I'm Tim, the host, and today I have my co-host with me is Brian Quirk. How you doing, buddy? All right?
Hey, what's up, dude?
How you
Good
doing,
to see
man?
you again, man?
Yeah, you too, bro. And we've got Cheer Up Dusty as the band today. How you doing, guys?
Great.
What's up?
Good. So I believe there's 4 of you in the band. So we've got half of Cheer Up Dusty.
Yeah, you got the good half.
The good half, is that right? The good-looking half.
You just cut all the fat right out.
Brilliant. There you go. All right, just introduce yourselves for us, guys.
Yeah.
What you doing in the band?
Hi, my name is Justin. I'm the singer.
Hi, my name is Paul, and I am the drummer. But no, really, I'm the other Brian, and in this podcast, and I play guitar. Call me Brian with a Y for the sake of
Brian with a Y.
The other Brian like me?
Yeah, I'm Brian too.
So you're not Paul?
No, I'm not Paul.
No.
That was a huge curveball, dude. I was like, what's
Sorry.
happening?
I was convinced. I even had him talk. He was looking at me like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Yep, I'm Paul." No, my name is Brian. Yeah, my name is Brian.
Brian. That's me, yeah.
I thought you were like throwing a shot at me, and I was like, I'm trying to pick
No.
up.
I'm so sorry. No, yeah, my name is Brian.
Oh,
Okay,
dear.
I'll take it.
Brilliant. There we go. All right, guys. So just tell us a bit about the band. So when you started, how long have you been going? Has it been the same lineup? You've had a few changes, whatever, that kind of stuff.
The band originally started with just me recording a few songs in my friend's room and living room. And then I did like a really basic photo shoot for like the first EP cover. And then I did a video. Like all this stuff I just kind of accumulated. And then I didn't even put it on the internet until it was all done. Like I got all that took all of like 2019 to do. And then I, made our socials and put it up and played like a show, and then COVID hit. And it was kind of like, at that point, do I keep going or, kind of what? And my friend Patty, who I've known for like 15 years, hopped on board. And then it was just us two for what felt like forever. And then I was lucky enough to meet Brian. And then Brian came, and then we were working as a trio for a bit. And Brian brought Paul, who he knew previously, worked on previously. And he came in on drums, and we've been kind of hitting a stride, since I'd probably say around October is when we all kind of came together. We did our I Believe in You video, and
Nice.
we're just, pushing through now.
Oh,
Now,
good.
if I can touch on something real quick
Yeah,
before, because you're talking about like your first EP and stuff, which I've been like bumping a lot in the car recently, and I want to touch on it before we get past it, because I know like the lineup change and you've been getting into like a lot of super cool stuff recently. It's almost like a whole new era. Okay, so I wanted to ask you about Just Another Weekend, Dad, because like I feel like me not being a dad, it's just super relatable for life, because it's kind of like, it's almost like I felt like your kid in a way. Like I was like, I'm getting like these life lessons that are really important. And it's like, listen, like stuff's going to happen and like things will show up in your life, but like, you'll grow, and like, it's all part of like the learning experience. And I think it's really cool to have someone like give you that information that like you can trust and stuff. But I'm curious, because you said this all came together like over 2019. And I've had EPs where I just sit down one night and I'm like really sad and I'll just like write. So I'm curious whether or not all of that, because there's a lot of different moods on that EP, whether it came like over the whole year, or if you just recorded it all at once and then it was like, I got to get all the videos and the photos and stuff. Like, was that all like one chunk of emotion, or did it kind of like develop over the year,
Well, like for the first EP, a lot of that was material I had like from previous, like just bands that never, things that I had done, never recorded, or so it was just this little bit of material that I had, and I just wanted to get it recorded because I didn't at that point know if I was going to record anything more. I just didn't really know. But I mean, it sucks. I'm about to like kind of burst your bubble, but like for Every Other Weekend, Dad, that arrangements, it's a very punk song, very like we just had practice yesterday or the day before. That was like one of the more fun ones to play, even though it's kind of simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
They're the most fun ones, dude.
the energy comes out, when you're playing that song, and like you're going through, like, for example, like that chorus, and you're yelling out those life lessons. It's like, that emotion carries. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about. I feel lucky to be able to play it and like be in the band to play that live and be like, cool. I feel like I'm like, because like I feel like I'm part of that story, just pushing it out, and it's cool. It's cool energy.
But the thing is, with those lyrics, I had very more sentimental lyrics done, like about my son. I can't even remember because this was, almost 2 years ago now. But the thing is that the track itself is just so punk and quick, it didn't fit. So the lyrics for Every Other Weekend Dad were heavily altered while I was recording it. Right. And then my producer, my friend Nick, been in a lot of our videos. He, does a lot behind the kind of scene stuff for us. He was just like, dude, this isn't working, because like it's a punk song, but it's too centered. Like, it just didn't work. So he's like, why don't you just kind of make it like a semi anti-bullying thing, and just tell, like, kids to fuck off, like, don't mess with my kid. So that's it just kind of happened. Like, it was just it just did. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't, so I'm sorry to like burst your bubble, but yeah, like that was what's that?
It's such a good way to present it, though. You know what I mean? Because it does fit in line with the mood of the song so well. Like, it's like you're presenting something that's really like is valuable, but you're presenting it in such like an informal way, which is really cool. I think that's what's cool about it.
Definitely.
No, I appreciate you even bringing that song up, because I feel like that's more of a B-side. Like, I don't get asked about that. It kind of, because I mean, with Janice, like that one not fell through the cracks. It became more of a B-side track. So it's funny you started off with that one.
Yeah.
That's why I said I wanted to get it out of the way.
That's awesome.
It's a band favorite, so like it's nice to know that like other people share that feeling. Because
the people are feeling it.
He is shocked that, like, me, Paul, Patty, we like, we took that song, and like the emotions from I Got Fired, and like, we get really amped about those two songs particularly, and he just gets shocked by all of that. But yeah, we love it. It's by far like our favorite couplet.
Yeah, like playing that live is gonna be very like that. I'm gonna like wait for shows to play that live.
Yeah. I bet you can't wait to get back to shows. Well, all of you, to be honest, you and Brian, to be honest, I can't wait to go to them as a fan. So
I mean, that was the whole point. That was like, that's the payoff.
Yeah,
I had heard that like they're kind of on the way back though. Like a few venues around here are like opening up. I don't know how it's going over in the UK, Tim. But like they're sort of like opening up here very loosely.
Yeah, I think September's the kind of time where the smaller venues are potentially starting to open. They're saying festivals are going to happen. I can't see it
Slam
personally.
Dunk. Yeah, something about Slam Dunk I saw. Like,
yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I saw that.
For me,
I don't know if
it's the wrong decision, I think. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, obviously they need to do it. They need to make money. I totally get that.
Yeah.
And as them, I would say, I think they should do it to do that. But I don't know. I don't think it's right time. But we'll see.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's nuanced for sure.
Exactly. Yeah, it definitely is. There we go. All right, guys, just tell your favorite bands then. So now and previous, and if they're different.
I mean, my kind of all-time favorite will, be Blink-182. But I mean, I just, now that as time goes on, I just, it's pretty much a smorgasbord. But I mean, my favorites are kind of still the same. I love Blink. I love Green Day. I just love that, the typical pop punk, just sound. I don't know. It's just something I always just went back to. But those are always big ones. I like the next wave. I like Knuckle Puck. I love Real Friends. I love the honesty of Real Friends. So that's why I use them as an inspiration a lot. The Wonder Years right out of Philly, Man Overboard. Yeah. Those are all just gems. But like we're all pretty different. We all like different stuff. So we're gonna, be more than just a pop punk band as time goes on.
Yeah. My favorite all-time band is I'm just like nervous because like I'm the weird one. Just like So my all-time favorite band is like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, just like when I was young.
Great band.
Yeah, there's this like heart and soul attachment I have, like that'll like I'll never grow out of, I feel.
Why would you?
Yeah, and like
Yeah,
even throughout like all the recent albums too, like injected into my veins. But what is it? The other ones, it's like I say now. It's tough. I would say, an artist that like I really grown to in the like last years would probably actually my favorite band right now would probably be Busty and the Bass. I want to say it a band.
Sorry.
Busty and the Bass. They're a Montreal band. They had some like weird tracks because like it's like it's like funk pop and stuff like that. It was weird. They started with some like couple songs to the scene. You're like, I wonder where they're gonna go. And then all of a sudden, I went to New York. I watched them, and their songs just came alive. This group, they've got these players that are just like really into their parts, and they're like going across the stage, like soloing and stuff like that. I was just like, yeah. So it's like one of my current favorite bands. Definitely recommend it.
Sweet.
Yeah, they're bringing back like the old spirit of live music, like where people actually have fun. I feel like that's
out of the UK,
because live music doesn't exist anymore, so it's like tough to even imagine people doing that these days.
It is.
You got a mask on like on stage.
Yeah.
But the UK, man, has I mean, everyone loves Neck Deep in our scene, but I love Waster.
Waster,
you know Waster?
Yeah,
I love,
awesome.
and the thing is, I didn't even know they were called Waster until like I was like a year into listening.
Yeah, well, Tom,
I called them WSTR.
Yeah, Tom thought they were Wester.
Is that who you were talking about? I had no idea. I had no idea that's what you're talking about. I was about to bring them up when you brought up the UK. You were like Waster, and I was like, well, also WSTR is really good.
They're called.
They're
called Waster, but I did it. Bro, I did the same thing forever. I called them WSTR thinking that was the name.
Brilliant. Have you heard of Rome? Heard of a band called Rome?
What's that?
Rome.
Oh, yeah, I fuck with Rome heavy. Yeah. Cabin Fever. Yeah, that's a great
they're
one.
Good. So they're from somewhere in the UK. I don't know where.
Yeah, they're all, the UK and pop punk is very
it's definitely coming up. It really is.
It's been pretty strong the last bit.
Yeah, it definitely has. Brian, how about yourself for favorite bands? Have they changed since the podcast?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so well, in my band, my cousin's girlfriend's house, we do this like playlist that we update with all our favorite bands, and they're always making fun of me because they're like, you have like the weirdest stuff on here. Like I put Migos on there a couple weeks ago, and like right now I've been listening to a ton of Newfound Glory, dude, like which I never really listened to before like the beginning of this year. So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. It's just Newfound Glory. Yeah,
they're awesome. They really are. I'm very into my metalcore at the moment, I must say. So I've just listened to the new While She Sleeps album. If you've heard of them.
Oh yeah, okay.
Damn.
Okay. That's
insane.
I was big into metalcore like a couple years ago. Like I had a really big like Bowl for My Valentine thing and all that kind of stuff. Like I was really, I have kind of fallen out of it recently, but like, I'll have to listen to that. I didn't even know they dropped something new. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I think last year brought out the Rage. So I've kind of gone to the heavier music, metalcore, and that's as heavy as I go. I won't go heavier than metalcore. Like deathcore to me is like,
too much.
I never connected with the heavier stuff either. I was always just more of a like when this in the realm of pop punk, which is just obviously my favorite subgenre. I needed that pop with the punk. Like I liked Homesick from A Day to Remember, but I don't really know much of their other much to their catalog other than Homesick, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but
it just never. I don't know. I just never got. But that's just me. That's just
they
me.
sound like Imagine Dragons now. So if you think of Imagine Dragons, that's basically them. To be really annoying though, because it's a very good album. I'm not gonna lie. I've listened to it twice, and it's a good album. But yeah, it's just Imagine Dragons 2.0.
It's just so different from like what they have done before.
Alternative Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, literally
alternative.
There we go. Well, go on, Brian. What you say?
And you know why? If you know Tom Denny, who used to be their old guitar player, I was looking into it. He doesn't write with them anymore, I don't think. And he was like the guy that was really into like metal and stuff. Like he's like how like Sum 41 and a lot of albums, you're like they're just really trying to be Metallica, which I like, but I'm like, I think this guy was like, I really want to be like a pop punk band, but also like a metal band. And then he left. So I think it was like, they were just kind of like, well, now what do we do? Like, we're just going to take it in an entirely different direction, you know, because he had a huge hand in the writing and stuff. So I think it took it like in a way different direction, which it's, again, it's a good album. It's just a lot different, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'll tell you, one of the weirdest vocalists on While She Sleeps, the new metalcore album, is Derek Whibley.
Oh, it really?
Yeah.
He's on that? Wow, that's crazy.
I know. I saw it and I was like, really? That's
nuts.
Is that right?
Everyone's featuring everyone these days, dude. You wonder how they like get the hookups, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it's so easy to now do features because you can literally, you don't even have to have ever met I've never, you know, like,
just send me that WAV file.
Yeah, just send me that file. I got a buddy with a boom. I'll give me 2 days and boom, you got like a whole verse done. Like, it's so, that's the future, man, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, that's my whole problem is I can't, like, I am not good at recording myself. So people are like, you want to do vocals in the song? And I'm like, sure. And then they send it and I'm like, oh no. Like, I totally just told these people. And I'm like, I can't send them like phone vocals. So now I got to like figure out, like, it's like a voice memo, you know? And I'm like, just patch it in there. So now I got to figure out a way to do it, you know, but like, it is super cool that like you can do that. Like everybody's got their own like mics now and everything, and you can just send it, you know, it's crazy.
It's just, it's easy, man. The connection with the world and just in music, and it's so easy.
Yeah, it is massively. But so jumping into a song then. So Brian is afraid of doing vocals. Are you shirtless when you do it, or not? But anyway, so here's
there have been times actually. I was in the studio. I'm not even joking. I was in the studio recently, and my producer, Pete Zen, he was like, I forget why. I really don't remember why. I took my shirt off. I think I was changing. And he's like, keep it off. And I'm like, okay. All right. I don't remember what we did, but like it turned out pretty well. Like I was just in there, just rock, you know? So like, yes. To answer your question.
Perfect. So here's Shirtless and Afraid by Cheer Up Dusty. Sorry, go on.
You name drop our buddy Pete Zen. Pete's awesome.
Oh, dude, I don't have enough good things to say about that guy. He's incredible. He like everything he touches is gold. So he if he asks you to get shirtless, if you go in there, just go for it. Just do it. I'm thinking he asked for it. It just kind of happened, but
well, here's Shirtless and Afraid by Cheer Up Dusty. Enjoy. absolutely loving that song, guys. As you were saying, it's very story of the year. So Brian said story of the year kind of vibes. I was getting a bit Sum 41 as well, to be honest.
Really?
Okay, I can hear that. Yeah, like in
Yeah.
the vocals and stuff too.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say the vocals are very similar, I think, to Sum 41. So great band. So well done. But yeah, no, I can't think of what song in
And like,
particular.
none of these comparisons I'm arguing or mad at.
Yeah, but no, I really like the track. So tell me a bit about the video. What's the vibe behind it? I mean, you're in the woods. You're kind of being kidnapped as such, I think.
I don't know. Well, that video is actually kind of like a spiritual sequel to our very first video.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, it was just like kind of the idea of the years on, on the t-shirts, kind of like the first video we did, the 18, because that was like the year that like just sucked for me, and then I started the whole thing. And yeah, we went to our buddy Larry, who did our first two videos, and we were pretty, stoked on it, because it was like just our second video with all four of us, as a band collectively. And the I Believe in You video was all right, and we had a great experience recording it, but this video just a lot stronger. And we did it right in the woods behind Pat's house, our bassist's house. We did it on a Sunday.
Yeah,
it took a few hours, and yeah, we're pretty proud of it. It was I think out of all the videos and everything we've done, it showed like the most emotion, which I think is kind of hard to kind of get sometimes in videos and music and whatnot. So we were stoked on that, but man, it was cold that day.
Yeah,
it was like real cold.
The t-shirts were like
well, we originally thought there was going to be more blood, so that's why like everyone's wearing kind of white. Brian's wearing a Roscoe's like shirt.
Walmart $10. Yeah, it's perfect.
But it just didn't really happen. I mean, I slugged some of the like, fake blood, did a little little thing, got the teeth kind of like tinted yellow and red, and that was pretty much it. But it came out all right, kept it subtle. But
cool.
Yeah, and we're planning our next video now. So I love the videos. I wish music videos did for bands like they used to.
Yeah.
Or meant as much, you know what I mean? Like I miss TRL and stuff, but I mean, obviously we don't live in, my high school years. That's not the way the world is anymore. So
unfortunately, it's really a better time, Like,
yeah.
Any kind of tech post 2005, I'm calling Pat and Brian like, dudes, I don't know. I don't know.
Like, this isn't made by IBM. Like, I gotta figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I don't know, man. I fell off computers and everything. Like I said, 2005 is like my mark. Anything after that, I'm just confused.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Well, me and a mate are gonna hopefully start some kind of video production when COVID's over. So band music videos. We'll see if we're any good. We've never done it before, but we'll try it. See what happens. So got to start somewhere.
You just gotta go do it, man. I have no business being the lead singer of a punk band, but I'm just doing it because I'm doing it.
Why not?
But doing things you're business doing is the best.
Well, what's really cool is like there's always a way to make it work, and there's always a way to do it. And like I feel like a lot of people, again, like you could bat the idea around, like I really want to release a song, or I really want to release an EP. You could bat that around forever, and everyone could do that. And it doesn't matter what your background is or like how long you've been doing it. If do it, you're gonna get better at it, and if you just get out there and do it, you're gonna grow. And like I think I told you, Justin, which was really cool. Like when I watched the shirtless video, I like caught myself. I was like, dang, like I got some waterworks going on, because I was like, I think it's like it means something. Like I think a lot of people will go out there and just play on a video these days, which is great, but I think it's really cool, like when you can tell it's like someone put thought into this and tied into something. And I think like when you guys got up at the end and just like started like beating the ears up, I was like, hell yeah. I was like, get them. Like, because I was like experiencing the same thing, and I'm like, do it. I'm like, do it, brother. Like, go get them. So it really ties together in the end, and that's like what makes it a good experience. And you're like, it ties in with the lyrics. Like, you're like, wow, it really makes sense now. Like, it all comes together.
Well, yeah, I think for that one we tried more to tell a story, whereas like I Believe in You was kind of like that video where we just got cool shots. We're on a roof, we're in the back of a truck, like it's just, and we had a fun day. Our drummer was like like a week into the band, and like so that video was more just like us bonding and it was fun. But then with Shirtless, we actually kind of set out to tell a story, and then that's I just think why it's a stronger one. And but I mean, it's not easy. I mean, it's a 2 minute song, like 2 minutes, 5 seconds. So to tell even a story in that like really condensed amount of time was tough. But we have a great videographer, Dom Filari. He's done 3 out of 4 of our music videos, and he's just he's awesome to work with. And
He's killed every single one of it.
Yeah, like
yeah.
Even our next one that we have a basic outline, but then he'll take what we have and he'll storyboard it kind of, and then we're able to tell a story even again in that condensed amount of time. So we have a good team, like not just the 4 of us, the band, we have a good extended team. And we're trying to just bring better videos, better songs, this and that.
That's what you need, dude. 100%. Like it's all about it. Like that's what I think is the cool thing. And I was literally talking to. Okay, so we're gonna make this crazier than it already was. I was talking to Dustin from Two Eyes Open, like this morning or like yesterday, and I was like, it's really cool that like even like Punkio is a thing because we're bringing together all these people, and then all of a sudden like I see people going there, I'm like, I know that guy. I'm like, I know that dude. Like it's crazy. And like I end up like we all talk about it, and like all of a sudden like we got this huge community going on, and like you find new people to work with, like you find, and like I thought like when I first started doing music, I'm like, I don't need to like hire people out or like get involved with other people. Like I can do all this myself. Like it was like an ego thing, and I'm like, I can do the photo shoots, I can do this. And then I'm like, yeah, but not only would I get a better product if I worked with people who know what they're doing, I'd also be like making friendships, and I'd also be like growing a community. And it's like you're really like, and even getting in with people on like press and like podcasts and stuff, like you're just building this really cool network and like getting to know people, and it's like it's awesome. And then it's crazy, like you find like all these different directions everyone goes in, it always ties back to each other. Like you're like, wow, I remember that too. Like, I know that guy. It's awesome. It's so cool.
I mean, with all the negativity that's on the internet and in like those Facebook groups like Pop Punk Kids, Pop Punk People, Pop Punk Union and all that, I think what we're doing is kind of what those groups and kind of what the point of the internet is. I never would have met you if it wasn't for the internet or you. And we're talking about music we like. We're talking about, the music that I'm making, and the music, Brian, that you make, and the podcast that you run, Tim, and it's just like we're kind of the whole point of what the internet. I mean, that's how I met Brian. I literally, I mean, like our story, unfortunately, isn't something like where me and him met at a show, and then he dated my sister, and now we're brothers-in-law. Like it's not a movie. This is real life.
It happens. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but like you guys know the boy band like Brockhampton.
Yep.
It's like a music group. Yeah, Brockhampton. Their origin is that they all met on a Kanye West forum.
What?
So the original members literally all met like because they all just loved Kanye West on this Kanye West forum, like just like trading in like voice demos and stuff like that until like they all just kept trading enough stuff where they're like, let's all just go move together somewhere and like let's just go get this done.
Brilliant. Love that.
Why not?
Definitely. So tell us a bit about the track that you're doing with Two Eyes Open. So yeah, go for it. I'm looking forward to it.
So, I mean, it's my first feature, to do something that someone sent me. I had no part in writing any of it. It was, he had the demo, sent it to me, kind of showed me what he, kind of where he wanted me to sing. And then I went to a friend of mine named Corbin Smith, who I'd worked with before Dusty, did some stuff with another band. He has a vocal booth in his apartment, and he's like, yeah, come over and, we'll do it. And, Dustin sang me the song, which, he does a little harder stuff, a little bit of melodic stuff. Like he's not just like a pop punk, or that's kind of what we're at least building up right now. But he sent me the track, and it was obviously it's a pop punk track. So obviously I'm like, oh well, good thing you hit me up, So And yeah, I went to my buddy Corbin's. I laid down, a verse, and yeah, it's a fun track. Is it good to win any awards? I don't know about that, but it's fun. It's quick, it's fun, and I was just stoked to, do my first feature, do it for a good friend, and yeah, I'm real excited for people to hear it. And it's dropping right, after our song. So it's kind of like, I mean, marketing wise, I think it's a good, we're here, we're there, and
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, weirdly, we were just talking about him, and he just messaged on Messenger saying he's going to co-host next week. So
Dustin is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So weird. This is just
That's
odd. Yeah.
Something's going on, man.
Just confirmed.
Some juju at play.
Yeah, I know. There you go. But sweet. Yeah, all right. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll play the last song. So your latest track called well, it won't be the latest soon, but at the moment it is. So here's Late Bloomer by Cheer Up Dusty. Enjoy.
Interested in any of my stories.
meet him, like when Brian came over, I was like, oh man, I hope this dude thinks I'm cool.
Like first date.
Those first date like jitters, but it's like through music, which to me is more important than dating anyway.
Dude, it's like beyond like when you're going out on a date or something. Like like when I went to Pete's for the first time, I was like, oh no. I was like, because I know this guy does like jet jag and stuff, and I was like, I have to show up and like bring my A game. I was like, uh-oh. And we left, and I was like, did I blow it? I was like, like I'm like, did I suck? Like, was I bad?
Dude,
did I play?
Like Brian introduced me to Pete because Brian actually he knew Pete prior, and I had that. But after talking to Pete for like 10 minutes, I was totally calm because it was like, all right, this is just another music, homie. He was totally.
Presence. Yeah,
like,
such a good presence.
Really, he makes it calming and everything, and he does it the right way. So yeah, I think soon we're gonna start doing some stuff with Pete. We're excited for that.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be awesome. Yeah, can't recommend.
Yeah, he's got a funny story about Pete.
Because it's like my previous band. The way I met Pete is that I was friends with this touring manager who does these two like NJ like emo bands and they needed an opener for Macari. I don't know if you guys ever listened to Macari.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like really hype on them like that year, and then they needed an opener for like a Creep record show, and Pete was looking. That's how I met Pete. Somebody recommended to him, so I was like, oh, nice. Then as I was like, that band ended, I was like really looking to stuff, and Pete was trying out guitars for Jet Jag, so I tried out for Jet Jag. I have a funny story, and Pete and I actually are like just so I'm from Central Jersey, so I'm from like Hillsborough. He lives in Bridgewater, which is like the town over. Are like high schools are rivals essentially, and yeah, he like lives like 15-minute drive from me. So I tried out there. Like it didn't work out, but like we stayed friends because like I was like, yeah, we just like let's just, he's such a good person. How can you not like stay friends with someone like that? And then it was really cool that now that like I've been cheer up Dusty, he hit us up, not even knowing that I was in here, and now we're like, hey, we're all here together again.
It was
full circle,
meant to be kind of. Like Brian was meant to be in cut,
It's not like a mutual person we know. He has his own pop punk band. It's pretty killer.
It's pretty killer. Yeah, Jet Jag is pretty awesome.
And he does a lot of like producing and production, recording. Is like he's done you, Brian. He's done like a bunch of people. Features too late.
He's worked with Handguns too, and a couple of other.
Oh yeah,
he's worked
nice.
couple.
Actually, if you're familiar with Jake Langley, who plays guitar in Handguns, Pete produced Jake's solo record as well. Pete's all over the place. I mean, Pete does. There's nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a go. No.
And it's funny you talk about video. He actually, the single that I'm going to be dropping soon, he produced and Pete Long, who plays guitar in my cousin's girlfriend's house. The two of them, like we put our heads together and we all like went out and just like put together these videos for it, and like they did the music video and everything. So I was like, wow, dude, like this guy's like portfolio of like what he can do just keeps growing. I was like, I need a music video. He's like, I can do that. And I was like, okay,
wow,
let's go. And it's awesome,
Amazing.
It's great how that all just comes. That's why like anytime we just if play a show or do a podcast, it might not even be the best, but just if I meet someone who is doing something similar, just like the whole networking part of it is just as exciting as the actual creating of it, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah 100%. Yeah, definitely get that. So sorry guys, just quickly jumping on your song. To me that was very Dookie inspired, I think. Am I wrong?
Say that again.
Dookie, sorry, whatever.
Dookie?
Yeah, sorry.
I'll say that
British
too.
accent.
I'll say that.
I'll say that.
Did you know?
Yeah, I mean that was just.
Sorry, go ahead. I had a trail off. Go ahead.
No, I was just the arrangements for that were written by our bassist Patty, and then he let me write my words over that, and I kind of wanted to make that song kind of like a dramedy where it was comical but yet still
yeah
and I'm like over that, and that's probably of the little batch that we have my favorite track. I think that it's just, and plus it's real fun to play, it's real fun to sing, so it being a decent track and fun to play, it kind of reaches all the elements of like a song when you write one. So
no, it's good.
We're pretty stoked on that.
It's a good track. So what kind of way are you going with the next ones? You sticking to pop punk, going a bit heavier, or
so the one that this will be out the day before our next track. It's definitely not heavier, but it's it falls out of genre a little bit. It's still a pop punk song, but it's going to be a little bit of a surprise maybe. But it's probably our least serious song. Like it's not a deep one. It's not one that's going to reach any chords, but we're just hoping it's a song that maybe one day could be played at emo nights and stuff. Like,
sounds good.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think what's cool about this song is it's coming out at a perfect time. Last year, 2020 sucked. Last summer, didn't really get to do anything. So now that, we're on the verge of this summer, releasing this song now, I think the timing is what's going to make this song kind of special. If we can get it to that, realm of being special. So we're excited.
Look forward to it.
Yeah, that's one thing I think is really cool about like the genre of pop punk is like you can have like bands like Sum 41, for example. They have songs that are like, and I always classify when I tell people this, I call it like douchebaggery. Like they have songs like Fat Lip and stuff where they're just being douchey, and then they have songs that are like really serious, like All to Blame and like Pieces and stuff. So it's like such, but it all fits like in the same category. So you can because people are like that. Like our emotions are so broad, but like so people want something where they can just kick back and have fun, but also like something that's relatable, you know, and you can do that. Like it's really cool.
Oh yeah.
Well, 100%. I think it's, don't take yourself too seriously, but you need to take yourself seriously enough. I think you have to just kind of find that, how serious. I mean, like even in our Shirtless and Afraid video, which is a more serious video, I mean, Brian, half of the video was holding a kid's toy shovel. We have a broom in there. I mean, it's still kind of like, because I'm not gonna, what are you supposed to go get like some samurai swords and make it like a big, like no, like we just, I don't know. Like, it's just, we take ourselves, I think, seriously enough, but then, you got to leave some of that, like,
of course.
Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say?
I definitely know what you're trying to say. Yeah, definitely do. There we go. Well, Brian, you got anything else for these guys?
I don't know, man. I want to say like, I really, and not to get on the sappier side of the pop punk thing, but like, I want to say like Justin, especially, I think like, I don't know. I was talking to Dustin. I hate the thing. So I'm always calling Dustin Dusty, and then like I'll mention it in a comment, and Justin's like, "Wait, that's me," and I'm like, "Wait, it is." I'm like, "Oh no!" Like, so Justin, I was talking to Dustin about Dusty. There we go. Try to keep up. So, and I think it's really cool because like the three of us especially, and like we had that group chat where like batting ideas back and forth for a while, and like I think it's really cool to watch other people like on the same trajectory that you're on. And like I've had like over the past couple of years too, like you mentioned 2018, and like I was like having a real rough year that year. And I don't know if it's a global thing or if it's just there's certain people you click with, but like I think it's super, super cool that like you're really digging into this and like really taking it like more seriously and like getting on top of it. Cause I think like once you realize that it's something you can do, like there's nothing that can stop you. You know what I mean? Like the only thing that can stop you is you. And like once you get yourself out of the way, it's super cool. So like I just want to say like, like in the realm of music being first dates, like I'm having a really good time like watching you just kind of like grow and like enjoy what you're doing. Cause it's just as much inspiring to me as like going through it myself,
No, that means the world to me, to be honest with you. That means the absolute world to me. And I mean, I kind of said prior, I owe you and Dustin just so much. And seeing you guys continue to push out, your content, your songs. I mean, it just kind of, builds the fire in me and us. And and that's kind of the whole point of all this. That's just kind of, what it comes down to. So no, man, it means the world to me. I appreciate those kind words.
Dude, 100%. Always be here.
Well, yeah, I would say massive fan of you guys as well. Absolutely huge fan of you guys, and I cannot wait for new music to come out. But we'll call it a day then, guys. So absolutely huge thanks for being on. Thanks to Brian for co-hosting, and thanks to Justin and Brian for being on.
No, thanks to all of you guys. Seriously, thank you guys so much for having us and treating us so kindly.
No, thanks for your time, guys. We'll talk to you sooner than later.
No worries. Take care. Bye-bye.
Adios.